Okay. So people are joining. Okay. So let's go. So 3 more minutes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me also start recording here. Records, right? Video permission, Pragati, right? So I'm recording, okay? Yes, I think Alia will help me to admit people. Okay, actually we have 3 minutes left. So. Okay. Okay, Pragati, 2 more minutes, please. Okay, Pragati, video permission, I would like to start, right? So I'm just going to share my screen. I hope you see my screen, right? And okay. I hope you hear me well. Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you. Welcome to our today's meetup session. Always, during my presentation, I'm just introducing one beautiful view of our lovely city, Baku, city of winds. In this time, I'm just starting with this beautiful building, which is called Ismailia Palace. The owner of this build is one of the oil barons in the beginning of 20th century. He has built this building on behalf of his son. So, and this building has been built by a Polish architect. So let's go on. Today's speaker is, sorry. Today's speaker is Pragati Jain. I would like to thank to Pragati for accepting my offer, my invitation. I appreciate it. Today, Pragati is going to talk about button or bookmark tricks in Power BI to enrich reports. And I think in next minutes, she will be able to introduce herself and start her presentation. And as for our next speakers, I have Kem Pals from Slovenia. Slovenia is the only and unique country, name of which includes word of love. Actually, Gasper also always talking about it, talks about it. And Gasper is going to deliver his speech on 30th July 2021 at this time. And after Gasper, we'll have Kem Pals from Canada. Is Kem Pals on left side, and he is going to deliver his valuable speech on August 13th at this time, 21 p.m. 9 p.m. And in the second half of August, we are going to have Karina Becher from Brazil, and after. So this is what these are the speakers whom we are waiting for in next weeks. And I would like to thank you for joining today's meetup session. Enjoy the session, and I strongly believe that this session will be very valuable, very useful, very helpful. And I also strongly believe that I'm just going to see you in our next meetup session. So thank you once again for attendance. Now, Pragati, stage is yours. Here you are.
Thanks, Ilgar. I'll just share my screen and just let me know if you can see the screen. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I see your screen. Here you are.
Okay. So thank you, everyone, for joining my today's session on button and bookmark tricks in Power BI. So today I'll be taking you through 5 different scenarios where we can use buttons and bookmarks in Power BI to give users a better report experience while they're using the report or navigating through the report. So before I start the session, I'll just like to give a little background about myself. So my name is Pragati Jain, and I'm a Microsoft Data Platform MVP. I'm also one of the super user at Microsoft Power BI community. So if any of you guys are active at Microsoft Power BI, you'll see me there, very much active basically. And in all, I've got nearly 10 plus years of industry experience. So in my initial years, I've worked as a database developer, but from last few years, I've moved into data analytics stream. And currently I'm working as a senior data analyst at Trustpilot, London. One fun fact about me is I'm a painter, and I just like to proudly call myself as a techie artist. And if any of you guys want to, connect with me on social platform, then I've got my own blog website. You can drop me a message there. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter. I've also included my Microsoft Power BI community profile link and my Instagram handle. And yes, I'll be sharing this deck with the Meetup group, so you can get these links from here. So before we start the session, I'll just show you like what's the agenda for today's session. So what all I'm going to show you. So it just gives you like a high level view what all we'll be covering today. So first thing, this session is a one slide and all demo session. So there's nothing more after this slide in this session because I'll be just showing you everything in Power BI desktop. So for today's session, I've picked up 5 different scenarios in which we can use button and bookmark, and you can actually give users a better report navigation experience. So there are 5 things I'll be covering majorly. One is I'll show you how you can create button and bookmark to drill up and drill down information on a chart. The second one will be how we can toggle between or switch between 2 charts using these buttons and bookmarks. Third will be a simple page navigation scenario, how you can navigate between pages. Third I'll take is how you can use images as buttons and bookmarks. Then fifth will be, I'll just give you a overview, and even I'll try creating and showing it to you how a drill through button works in Power BI. And in the end, I'll just show you what modern visual tooltips is, which just came out sometime back in Power BI, and which is like a very good functionality. So yeah, that's what we have on our agenda today. So yeah, let's start with everything in Power BI, because yeah, that's the slide I've got for you. So this is Power BI desktop. And okay, I'm not going anything into Power BI desktop because I'm expecting everyone knows what it is. So I have got my data already ready because I didn't want to spend time in importing and doing some transformations with the data. Just a little bit about data. It's anonymized reviews and ratings data. So this data is more around what people or different customers are writing on a online platform about their experience with different brands, and what kind of ratings they're giving, like based on their experience, whether they had a positive review or a neutral review or a negative review. So that's just the basic data, but it is good enough to show you all the things today using buttons and bookmarks. Now the first thing what is, we'll see how we can implement drill up and drill down information on a chart. So to start with, I'll just create a basic chart. So I'll just create a clustered column chart here. And I'll move a date field because I just want to see over time some information. And what I'll do, I'll just move total volume of reviews. Basically, this content columns tells me total reviews that are seen on a website by different customers. And I'll just rename it. Volume of reviews, and that's date. And yeah. Okay, so this chart just tells us over time how many reviews we have seen from different customers. So if you so in Power BI, whenever you create or move a hierarchy-based column, then Power BI creates these buttons or enables these capabilities already here. So if you click on these, then it will take you to next hierarchy. So for example, currently my data is shown at year level. If I click on it, it goes back to quarter level. If I further drill down, it goes to the month level. And if I further go down, it will show me at a daily level or day level. Now when people like us who are used to working with Power BI, it's very intuitive for us. Like if there is something like this, then we can use this button, which is inbuilt in this chart, to drill up and drill down the hierarchy. But sometimes when you share these reports with the users who are not used to using Power BI a lot, or who are using it as a new, so for them these are not intuitive until and unless they go there, they hover over there, spend some time, and then learn it, or take it like, okay, this button is for drill down and this is for drill up, right? So one way how we can ease that user experience is we can create buttons and bookmarks to do the similar kind of job which this button is doing here, inbuilt button is doing here. So for that, I'll just show you what all we can do. So first thing, what bookmarks are. Now bookmarks is something, if you relate from a book you're reading, you read 10 pages today. Now tomorrow you want to pick up from your 11th page, so you add a bookmark, right? So that you remember that state of your book. Okay, you finished 10 pages, from tomorrow I need to continue with my 11th page. So that's the task of bookmark. So the same way you can relate a bookmark here in Power BI. The bookmark basically retains the state of a report page. So I'll show you how you can quickly do that. So when you go under view, there's something called bookmarks. So when you click on that, a bookmark pane gets open. Now what our task is, we need to create bookmarks in that manner that all the different drill down capabilities of this charts are retained in that bookmark when we use it. So for example, I need a bookmark that retains my year level data information. I need a bookmark that retains a quarter level information. Similarly, I need one for month and one for daily. So let's start creating the bookmarks and see how we can use them. So here I'll directly click add a bookmark. Once you click on it, you have got multiple options. The first thing I'll do is I'll rename it, because I'm very bad at remembering things. So I'll just rename it. So the first bookmark what we'll create is, it will be at a year level. Okay. Now, bookmark retains the state of a report page. So there is something called update on a bookmark. If you click that update, then this bookmark has saved the current state of your page. So for example, if I drill down to quarter, now if I click the bookmark, it should take me back to year level information. Let's test that. Okay, so our bookmark has retained the year level information on this chart. So basically the bookmark is right. But one catch here. Now, when you click on these three dots, there are two options here at the bottom. One is all visuals and one is selected visuals. Now, all visual is basically the time we retained the, now currently on this page, there's only one visual. Now, suppose if I add a slicer on this page, and this is really important, guys, because if you are trying to create a report, you always have multiple slicers or filters on it, right? So you need to create bookmarks in the right way. Now, suppose if I get a slicer for date, I'll just move the date and my simple slicer is created. So that's what I've got. Now I'll show you what the difference is between the all visuals and selected visuals. Now I created this bookmark while only this chart was there. Now suppose if I select anything in the slicer, my chart changes. Obviously, that's the behavior we'll expect from a slicer, right? You change the date here and the chart should show you data relevant to the date you have selected here. Perfect. Now suppose if I go to next level and I can see quarter level information, but now if I go to year level information, I want to use my bookmark. Now if I clear this, if I select this, my chart shows the year level information, but it has in a way reset my filter as well. So that's the problem with the all visual option here. Because ideally, I wanted my bookmark to only work for this visual. It should never reset or play around with any other charts on my report. So for that, what we do is we go to our bookmark, click on these three dots. We create select visuals. Make sure your chart is at year hierarchy. Go there and update it. Okay. Now let's test the hypothesis. Now, if I I just select something, I go to quarter level. And now suppose if I use my bookmark, I'm not sure what just happened. Let me try that again. That selected visual, go to year hierarchy and update that. And now if I select the visual, I go to quarter. And now if I click the bookmark, oh, that's weird. I'm not sure why that's not working, but yeah, let's figure that out. It works for sure. And if I update it, okay, it's at year level. I change my slicer, I use the bookmark that shows me year level. Okay, and now if I go and do, oh, sorry, my mistake, guys. So when you're doing a selected visual, you need to make sure to select that visual. Okay, if you don't do that, then bookmark doesn't know on which selected visual you need to retain its state, right? Sorry, my bad. So whenever you use the select visual, make sure you select the visual you want that bookmark to work on, because on a single report, you may end up having multiple charts with, this date hierarchy. So make sure you select the visual. So now if you select it, and now if we update it, okay, now if I select the date and if I go to quarter level, now if I select my year, it will take me back to year level. So yeah, sorry about that delay, but yeah, make sure to select the visual because your your bookmark needs to work on the selected visual. So this is which you need to keep in mind, because yeah, when we create a report, we end up having multiple slicers and filters. So when you're trying to create bookmarks for an individual chart, so make sure you select that selected visual. Okay, so we have done that year bookmark. Similarly, I'll create quarter, monthly, and day bookmark quickly. So we add a bookmark. First thing we do is we just rename it just to make our life easier, so we don't forget things. And we go to quarter level, we select our visual, we go to quarter, selected visual option, and then update the bookmark. Now we can test it. Year should take me to year, quarter should take me to quarter. Bingo. So that's working. Similarly, we'll quickly do it for month as well. So, I can show you the whole hierarchy there. So one is for month. We do the same. Make sure your chart is at month hierarchy. Select your chart, go to month, opt selected visual option, click update. You can test again. Go to year, go to quarter, come to month. Perfect. Now, similarly, we just create the last one. rename it to day. And I'll take my hierarchy to daily level. I'll click on it. I click on 3 dots on my bookmark, use selected visual option, click update. Now let's just test everything. Year, quarter, month, day. Let's test the slicer as well. This should not break things. So year, quarter, month, day. Okay, perfect, it's working. So that's how. Now, once you have created bookmarks, obviously when the users are using the bookmarks when the users are interacting with your report, so what happens is, I know most of you must be already knowing it, you develop your report in Power BI desktop, but there's a way you share your report with different stakeholders or different users. You publish the reports to Power BI workspace, right? So until and unless you edit a report in Power BI workspace or you have given edit rights to anyone, they won't be able to see the bookmarks pane. So to make the life easier, what we do is we create few buttons here that is visible to a user, so they don't need to go to bookmarks and do this stuff. So those buttons, somehow we'll add these bookmarks as an action to those buttons. So quickly, I can show you doing one. So we go to insert. I'm just using a blank button, but you can use whichever works good for you. So I'll just go there. And what I'll do is I'll give a text. So this is basically my yearly data. I'll just do some formatting. So you can just do, whatever formattings looks best for your scenario. So you can do that. Even you can add colors and other stuffs here. Okay, so there are so many formatting options that you can do to a button. Now there's something called action that you can attach to a button, and that action has got multiple types. Like, for example, is this button a back button? Is this a bookmark? Is this a drill through? Drill through and page navigation we'll see in upcoming session. I mean, in this session in some time, but yeah. So in this case, we want this bookmark, right? So I'll select bookmark because I want to link this yearly button to my year bookmark. And as I select this bookmark type, I get an option here, which bookmark I need to select. So in this case, it will be year, because this yearly button should show me year level information. And here what you can do is you can actually add some tooltip, like, for example, click to view yearly information, right? So these tooltips work when you hover over the button, then those tooltips come. So for example, if some user just hovers over it, then he can clearly see, okay, this button is if I want to see information at year level, right? So we can test it quickly because we just added this year bookmark as an action to this button. So if I click on it, it should show me year level data. So that's how it is working. And yeah, in Power BI desktop, when you want buttons to work, you need to use Control key. But once these reports are published to Power BI service workspace, then you don't need to use Control key. You can directly click them, because that's the different ways of using these buttons in different environments. So yeah, our yearly button is working. Similarly, I'll create one for quarter and month and day. So we create the button. We go to button text, just write it as quarterly, make the size a little bigger. So guys, I'm just using the quickest way of creating a button, but yeah, feel free to, make them more interactive, like giving them background colors and other stuff. So you can just use your report theme and try to give them certain colors. So now in this action, this is a quarter level. So I'll select the bookmark type, and then I'll select my particular bookmark, and yeah, click to view quarterly information. I'll just copy this so we can use it for the other two buttons rather than typing it every time. So that's working. So if I go to quarterly now, it shows me quarter level data. Perfect. So that works. Now we'll quickly create two more buttons. So we have this, scenario in a complete way, basically all the 4 hierarchies there defined. So this is my monthly. I go and create an action. Again, we select it as bookmark. Our bookmark will be month level, and we give a tool tip. And this is a monthly level information. So yeah, you can see them there. So if I click on it, takes me to month level hierarchy. So yeah, you can just, test as you go basically. So, if anything breaks, at what point things are breaking. So it's just good to test at every step you create. Because especially when you're creating bookmarks, sometimes you just, it's hard to find mistakes when you have done a lot, and then in the end you're trying to find, okay, where things have broken. So it's always good to, just a suggestion, test every step you do, especially with bookmarks and buttons. So that's the daily one. Okay, if I click on it, it shows me daily. So yeah, so we have got a complete flow now. For example, if I want to just see 20, this date range, then I can see yearly data, I can see quarterly, I can see monthly, I can see daily. So yeah, so yeah, this is basically, a simple trick where you can, give this button kind of functionality to users to drill down and drill up information. And obviously, if your users are trained well enough, then you don't need to do this because they know this, because these things are taking extra space. But this could be really good for, beginner level users who are just starting to interact with Power BI reports and they don't know that level of details. So this is the first scenario. I'll just rename the page. Okay, this is drill up, drill down. Now let's go to the next one. Sorry about my formatting stuff, guys. Some things are really important for me. Like for example, I never liked these dots in the page as a boundary, so I always tend to correct them before I do things. So yeah. So the second one is toggle between charts. So let's see how we can switch or toggle between two charts using buttons and bookmarks. Okay, so first scenario, first thing where you will use this kind of, capability. Now, based on my experience, I used this kind of capability when I had like 6 chart on my single report page, and I got a requirement from client to change information on a single chart in that limited space. Okay, so in that case, you can use this kind of capability. So once I show you what this does, then you'll understand why this can be helpful in such scenarios where there's limitation on space and limitation on number of charts you can put on that report page. So this can be really helpful. So for that, I'll just start by creating a simple chart again. Yeah. So what we'll do is, let's create a chart maybe, and we'll have the simple information there. For example, I'll just move date to here, and what I'll do is I'll just put average rating that we see for customers. Okay, so yeah, so that's average rating. Right now, if you drill down, you can see at different level. Okay, now the other thing, what I'll do is I'll create another chart, and the only change in that chart will be I'll just show data labels. Okay. Now, this was something I was requested by one of the client I was working for. They wanted 2 charts on the same place, and they wanted kind of toggle kind of button. If they switch it on, they should see the labels. If they switch it off, they should not see the labels. So that's from where I picked this up, can be helpful. Okay, so now we have got 2 charts. Now, somehow we need to come up with a way to toggle between these 2 charts. So for that, what I'll do, I'll create 2 buttons first. Okay. So I'm again going with the blank buttons, guys. So I'll give a text to it. And this is turn off labels. And yeah, you can do some formattings. And similarly, I'll just create another button. You can either copy paste the existing one and, use it. It will work. And generally what I tend to do is keep the buttons near. So, I can judge the size, but there's another way. You can just go to this thing and, make your buttons uniform in size. So here my text will be turn on labels. Okay. So quickly we'll just do this. Okay. So we have got 2 buttons. Okay. Now what I want is when I click on this turn off label button, I want my top chart to appear along with turn on labels button, because when I'm here, then I need some button to, trigger my labels on this chart. So, and when I click on turn on labels, I should get this chart and this button so that I can go back to the chart without labels. So that's our simple scenario. Now here, what we need two bookmarks for sure, so that we can, add an action to this button, to these both buttons. And the other thing what we need is, this selection pane. Now, what this selection pane does in Power BI is, this gives you capability to show or hide your visuals. So for example, if I hide this visual, it hides my visual. If I click on that eye again, then my visual pops up back. So we'll use bookmarks and this selection pane together to give an action to these buttons and achieve that functionality which we just discussed. So first, let's create a bookmark so that we can have some actions for these buttons. So my first bookmark will be, I'll just rename it as turn on labels. Or we can, just give them same name, or you can give them anything you like. Turn on labels. And what I want on turn on labels to do is, when I click on turn on labels, I want to populate my chart with labels and my turn off labels button. Okay, now one thing here in selection pane, your both charts have same names, okay? And here the buttons are not shown with the name. So how you identify it? So what you can quickly do is just click one so you know the position of your chart. So for example, the chart which I created first comes to the bottom. The chart which I created second comes to the top. Similarly, the button I created first was this, and the second button I created was this. I mean, just important, so that you hide and unhide the right visual, though you can check it while you're doing it. Okay, so now when I click on turn on labels, it should show me this bottom chart and this top button. So I'll hide my first chart, which is this, and I'll hide my turn on labels button, okay? And what I'll do is I'll just update my bookmark, okay? Now to test this, we unhide the charts and we click on turn on labels. So it shows the chart with labels and it shows the turn off labels button, right? Let's just have something like this. Okay, so that works, right? So what we'll do now is we'll create another bookmark for turn off labels. Okay, so we go there, we rename the bookmark. Okay. Now on turn off labels, what I want to hide this chart, and I want to hide this chart and hide this button and show these two so that I can go back to switch on labels. So what I'll do is I'll hide this chart and I'll hide this button, and I'll just update my turn off labels button. Now we can test it. Okay, so turn on labels takes me and shows me these two charts. Turn off labels shows me this so that I can go back and use this button to get the chart with labels. So our bookmarks are working fine. So the next thing we do is we link these buttons, okay? So click on the button, similarly define the action of the button, what we just saw. So it's a kind of bookmark, and my bookmark will be turn off labels. And you can add a bit here, click here to turn off labels. And one thing, whenever you create buttons, do add these tooltips, because they really help users in understanding what these are doing, okay? Because sometimes the language don't make sense to everyone. So it's important that you add those tooltips. So we define the action similarly for turn on labels. So we go there, we select bookmark, turn on labels, and this is turn on labels. Okay, so now let's just test a scenario. So if I click on turn off labels, I see the chart with labels off and my button that allows me to go back to the chart with labels. So if I click on this, then it shows me the chart with labels and a button to go back to the state where I don't want chart with labels. So yeah, perfect, it's working. Now how you put this in a single place, okay? So it's a simple task now, okay? So suppose if you just have this corner on your report, where you already have one chart, but you want to give capability to toggle between these two charts, okay? So for that, what you can do is just put these charts on top of each other. And make sure the size of both the charts is same, okay? That's the reason why you need to check the size of charts, okay? If you don't make them equal, then, you may see some differences while, toggling between the charts. So make sure if you don't do it that way, just dragging and making them of the same size, you can just select this stuff and make them of the same size, taking the numbers from here. Okay, now the other thing is, let's put the now one thing could be, you can either put the buttons here if you want, or you can put them here somewhere. So put the buttons as well, on top of each other. Okay, now if I click on turn on labels, I see the chart with turn on labels. If I click on turn off labels, I see the chart with labels off and my button for turn on labels. So that's, the simple way how you can toggle between the two charts, switch between two charts using buttons and bookmarks. And yeah, if there's a lot of less space, put these buttons here. Doesn't matter. So you click on it, it will take you there. Oh, sorry, I need to put both of them. Sorry, let's unhide them and, do it that way. So now if I click on turn on labels, that comes, click on that comes. So you can do it that way as well. So basically in a single space of chart, you can fit your charts and even your buttons. You can make the buttons smaller if that is, or you can, bring in some kind of icons or images. So image thing I'll be showing you, which you can use to, accomplish this kind of scenario.
Excuse me, Pragati. Sorry for interrupting you. Somebody is asking to go a little bit slow. Is it possible?
Yeah, definitely.
So be so kind as to go a little bit slowly, please.
Okay, let me know if they want me to tell something again. I'm happy to show it again.
Okay, just go on, but a little bit slowly. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Definitely. Okay, so this is the second scenario we just saw. Now, the third thing is how you can make basic page navigations in the report. Okay. So for this, what we'll do is, let me first explain you a use case. For example, I have a report. Okay, I'll just create and show. So suppose I have got a report and how my report is created is, I have something like a home page. Okay, this is my home page. And from home page, what I want to do is, I want to give navigation to different kind of analysis I've done. Okay, so how this can be done? First, let's just create some simple things here. This is our home page. So let's give it a title. That should be okay. Just make it bigger. We can move it to center as well. Okay. And what we'll do is, we'll just try to create navigations to two different pages, which will show two different kind of information. So I'll just create two buttons first here. Okay. So, okay, for this, we won't need bookmarks. So let's just create two buttons directly. So I create one button and I give a text to it and say we want our information at rating level. So something like rating analysis. Okay, so we give it rating analysis and we can make the button a little bigger. And just so that my other button is of same size, on a Windows machine, you can just copy paste. So basically use Control-C, Control-V the normal way. And I get another button of the same size. And I just give it a different analysis. That's sentiment analysis. Okay. Now what we can do is just align them to the middle of the page. Okay. So that's how we want, like from this home page, when I click on this button, I should be directed to a new page where I've got some analysis related to ratings. And when I click on my bottom button, then I should be navigated to a page which has got some information or analysis around different brand sentiments maybe, okay? So for creating the page navigation, first we need to have the pages, right? So let's create two pages. One is for rating analysis and one is for sentiment analysis. I'll just copy this text so we use it on the other pages. So yeah, just use Control-C, Control-V. So yeah, so what we'll do is I'll just copy paste the title here. And what I'll do is this is rating analysis. Okay, so this page will be rating analysis. And we can add some summary information here. So I'll just use a table. And what I'll do is I'll just add some information here. So for example, I'll add different brands. And yeah, this data is anonymized. So don't look at the naming convention and everything. It's just, yeah, the simple fake data. And then I'll move some category. I'll move their subcategory. I can move some kind of titles of the reviews that people have left. Then what I can do is I can just move some kind of average rating, because this is rating analysis, right? So let's move some average rating here. So yeah, this is basically just a simple chart. Okay? So it's showing something related to rating for different brands. So that's what we have on this page. Similarly, I'm just duplicating this page for sentiment analysis, and I'll just change the information there. So just make this a little bigger. Okay, so that's sentiment analysis. And here what we can do is we can, let's create a different visual. Let's create a, yeah. Let's see brand level sentiments and rating against them. What we can do is brand, and what we can do is move some date here. And what I'll do is I'll just keep it to month year level. Okay, and I'll also move brand to my columns. So for every brand I can see like, and yeah, here you get like at what level you need to drill. So you can get like some brand level information. Let me do it at column level. Yeah. So I get for every brand, I can see an average rating against different sentiments over time. Okay. So that's sentiment level information, what we've got. Now let's go back to the home page. Now on home page, we want this rating analysis to take us to this rating analysis page. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll click on the button. Now in buttons, as I said, we need to give an action to the button, then only it will work. Click on the action. Now it's a page navigation kind of action, right? So we select page navigation, and as soon as you select page navigation, Power BI asks you to select the destination page, okay? So in this case, it will be rating analysis, because I want this button of mine to take me to rating analysis. So that's how you can use rating analysis. And yeah, as I said, give a tooltip. Click here to see rating analysis, okay? So that's the tooltip there. Now, similarly, we'll do the same for sentiment analysis. We'll click on the button, go to the format button, see the action, then it is a page navigation. Then we select the destination, which is sentiment analysis. And then we give a tooltip again. Click to go to sentiment analysis. Okay, perfect. So now we have given actions to these pages. Okay, so now let's see how the navigation is working. Now I'm at a home page. I'll go, if I click on, do a control click on rating analysis, I click on it, it takes me to rating analysis page. Now, what we didn't do is we didn't create a navigation back to home page. Okay, so that is also something you need to create, because this is the scenario we are looking for. Like on the home page, we have got multiple pages or multiple buttons taking you to different level of analysis. But we also want those pages to direct you back to the home page, right? So for that, what we can do is we can create a simple back button. So go to buttons, create a back button. Now there are two options of doing it. Either leave it as it is, because what back button does is from whichever page I'm coming to this page, it will take me back to that page. Okay. And the other way, what you can do is click on the button. By default, it's already showing back. But suppose if you want to create a page navigation, then you can click a home page here and create that navigation. It will work same. But that's fine because this is the only page which will take you to these both pages. So there's no need to create a page navigation on the back button because it will by default take you to home page. But I just wanted to show you like there is that other way also you can use. Now this button will take us to home page. Now if I go to sentiment analysis, it takes me to sentiment analysis information. But again, I don't have a back button here. So I go here, click a back button, create a back button. Okay, and if I click on it, it will take me back to home page. So that's basically a simple, page navigation where you have got a report, I can actually show you one report which I did some time back. So you'll understand in what scenarios it can be used. I'm not sure if any of you attended this session of mine before, but I showed this report in the end of my session. It was a beginner Power BI session. And in the end, I just showed, how you can basically create quite good interactions with buttons and bookmarks in Power BI. So that's what is shown on the report. So this is basically a travel insurance data analysis report. On this, what I did, I just created a home page. And from home page, I gave navigations to 3 different kind of case studies. Okay, so for example, if I want to see anything at product summary level, I click on it. It takes me to the information related to product travel insurance products. And I've got a few charts there. If I want to go back, I can go back. It takes me to home page again. So basically this is, just giving user a navigation to direct to these pages directly. But the other thing, what you can do is you can actually create sub navigations from individual pages as well. So yeah, so this was basically the scenario what I wanted to show you, how page navigation could be helpful for users to, go to different kind of analysis that are represented on the report. Okay, so so yeah, we have seen how we can create a simple page navigation. Now, the next thing is I'll show you how you can use images as buttons and bookmarks. So let's create a new page. Okay, so on this, I'll just create another chart. Let's create, actually, I'll have to create three charts. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is to show the charts when I click on different images. That's what I'm trying to do. So what I'll do is I'll just create a simple chart where I'm showing, let's just do it at month year level. And what I'll do, I'll show average rating. Okay, that's the average rating. And the other thing what I'll do in this chart, I'll just show it for positive sentiments. Okay, so I'll move my sentiment to the visual level filter and just select positive there. Okay, and just to add a little bit of information, what we can do is we can just make the title of the chart, okay, that it shows positive information. And you can even add colors to the charts. So I'm sure every one of you know about this color picker, which is actually my favorite thing in Power BI now, because it just, I changed things and it just happened there. So yeah. So yeah, it's positive. So we are just giving it green color. Okay, that's the only reason behind giving it green. Now I'll just create 2 more charts. Okay, one for neutral sentiment and the other one for negative sentiment. So it's simple. We just change the visual level filter and the title. So we go there, and here I'll just select neutral. And yeah, we'll just do a few more things here. Let me know, guys, if you still want me to go more slow. I can go slower. Just want to make sure that you guys are getting what I'm showing here. So that's the yellow. And yeah, maybe that average rating is 3. So yeah, don't believe the data. It's fake. Just see the tricks behind it. So next, we'll just see -1. So we change the color. Let's change the color first. So we go there, and for negative, I'll choose red. So that's red. And I'll just change the title. That's negative. Done. So we have got all 3 charts, and let's show them at, year, month level. Okay, so here we have got 3 charts. Now, next what we want to do is we want to bring in 3 images and use those images to, toggle between these charts basically. So what we'll do, we'll bring images in Power BI. Now I've got 3 smileys here. So let's bring them here. So that's one. I'll just bring everything and then give them, same size. Now what we can do is just give this good size. Yeah. And what I'll do, I'll just go here. From general, I'll just pick up the size properties. So that's 108, 103. Just go there, and so basically there's nothing to worry. Just copy this. So you're sorted with the sizes. Okay, so that's now what we want to do is when I click on this green smiley, it should show me the chart with positive sentiment. When I click on the yellow smiley, it should show me the chart with neutral sentiments. And when I click on the red smiley, I should see this negative sentiment based chart. Okay, so for that, what we'll do is we'll create bookmarks, right? So let's create the bookmarks. Rename, let's create the positive one first. And sorry, we need to bring in the selection pane as well, because we need to see one chart, but we need to hide others, right? Okay, and in this case, I don't want to hide any of these images because I just want to show them at the top of the page, all the 3 icons, but I want to hide the charts. So just to make sure we know, okay, now the titles were different, so that's why it came up this time. So we don't need to worry about the order of the charts here. Now for positive, I want to hide neutral and negative. So what I'll do is I'll just hide neutral and negative and update my bookmark. Okay, we can test it. So when I click, when I click on positive, it shows me positive chart and hides other. Simple. So similarly, we'll create 2 more bookmarks. One is for neutral. And for neutral, I want my negative and positive to hide. I'm keeping my images, right? So I'm not hiding them. And I just update it. Okay. Similarly, okay, let's test it. Positive, neutral, perfect. Then let's go to the third one. Let's create a third bookmark. Negative. And for negative, I want to hide positive and neutral. And then I update my bookmark. So that's how we got these positive, neutral, and negative bookmark to work. So click on positive, should show only positive sentiment-based chart. Click on neutral, should only show neutral sentiment-based chart. Click on negative, should only show negative sentiment-based chart. Okay, so it works. Now, our next task is we need to link these images to these bookmarks. So we can use these images rather than these to switch between these charts. So for that, just click on your image. Now in the images also, you get something as action, the similar way you get for buttons. So click on the action, same way, your action is type of a bookmark, and then select your bookmark. And just give a tooltip. Click here to see positive sentiment information. Okay, I'll just copy it. It looks a little longer. So that's how. Similarly, we'll do it for neutral image. Click on the image, switch on the action, select bookmark type, select your bookmark, and just give a tooltip. And this is neutral. That's neutral. Similarly, go to the third image, your negative smiley, enable the action, click the type of action, select the bookmark, okay? And put your tooltip. Don't forget to add tooltip, guys, because trust me, it helps. Okay, so let's try it out now. So when I hover over my green smiley, it says click here to see positive sentiment information. Okay, so when I click on it, it shows me positive chart. Neutral, it shows me neutral sentiment chart. Negative, it shows me negative sentiment chart. Okay, so it's working. Now, the other thing is, again, we don't want to keep these charts on different places, right? So what we'll do is we'll just put them one over other. So that's why the size matters, guys. You need to make sure the sizes of your, charts are same. And what we can do is we can just put these images here. You can put wherever you want it to be. Okay, and we can just test it once. Click on positive, it shows me positive chart. Click on neutral, it shows me neutral chart. Click on negative, it shows me negative chart. So that's how you can use images as, buttons in your reports. Cool. Now the next one is what a drill through button is in Power BI. Okay, now this thing came some time back. I don't remember the exact month, but yeah, this is something that came a few months back, if I remember, or maybe last year, but not sure on that. But yeah, this was not there 2 years back for sure. So let's try doing that as well. Okay, we won't need any bookmark for it. So I'm, just closing those panes. If we need them, we can just bring them back. Now drill through button. I think most of you guys, if you have worked with Power BI, you know how drill through works basically. I mean, if I've got some higher level information on a page, and from there I want to navigate to a individual page details, right? Or individual data point details, then I can use drill through. So for that, what we'll do, we'll just create 2 simple charts here. I'll just create a tree map, okay? And what I'll do on tree map, I'll just move my sentiments, and I'll just move like a count of content, though it doesn't matter, but yeah, okay. And if you want, you can give actually colors to these as well. So like, for example, our positive is green. Okay, our colors are shown. Our negative is red, and our neutral is yellow. Okay, just add a bit to your, and what I'll do, I'll just switch off the title because I just want to use it like indicator to select few things. So we can do it this way as well. Okay, now what I'll do at the bottom, I'll just get a simple table where I'll just lay out some information at brand level. Let's lay some, brand level, maybe average rating. So I'll just move brand. I'll move category as well. Okay, so just see some level of information, and I'll just move average of the rating. So it's a simple information. Okay, just bring it here at the center. Yeah, that's it. So now what a drill through button can tell you, can help you basically. If you click on a single data point, that button get enabled. And when you try to click on that button, it will show you details at a brand level. So first thing, we'll just create one more page, okay? Because that should be a drill through page where I'm having details, right? At a brand level. So I'll just go there and simply, so what I'll do, I'll just add a text box first thing here, just to show my brand name, because I want to see which brand information I'm drilling through. And so what I'll do is I'll just move brand to it. Okay, I'm not doing much formatting here. And the second will be, I'll just create a simple table or we can do one thing. We had a table here at sentiment analysis, the matrix. Let's just copy this. Okay, perfect. And we need to use this page as a drill through page, right? Because it shows information at a brand level. So what we need to do is we need to move the brand column to the drill through area. So we move this to add drill through fields here. Okay. Let's switch off default filters. Now, okay, whenever you create a drill through page, this back button comes by itself. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just name this as brand level. Okay. And I go to my page and I'll just rename it as maybe overview page. Okay. Now we need to create a drill through button, okay, without right clicking and okay. Now, once you create a drill through button, now here, if on this chart, now suppose if I just select positive ones, all the brands with positive sentiments are here. And if I right click, I can drill through to my brand level. And there you go. You see information about brand one and everything in this table, in this matrix, right? From here, you can return back. But okay, some of you guys might be having that modern tooltip that just came, I think 2 or 3 months back, 2 months back, but I'll show that to you. Okay. You don't need to do the right click stuff anymore in Power BI, but yeah, bear with me. Let's see this first. So what I will do is I'll just insert a button. Okay. And I'm inserting a blank button. Okay. And I'll keep the button here. And what we'll just give it a text. And what text we'll give it is click here to view brand level details. Okay, you can give whatever name works for you. Okay, so that's my button. Make it this. I'll just place it this way. So yeah. Okay. Now whenever you create a button, again I will say under action, you see what kind of button you want to create, okay? So we have seen back, we have seen bookmark, we have seen page navigation, but there's something called drill through, okay? Now, if you click on this drill through, this button just got disabled, okay? Let me show it to you again. If I don't select, okay, if I just make it back, okay, it just comes back. But if I make it drill through, it becomes disabled. The reason is this can only be enabled by an action on the column, which is used for drilling through. Let's see how it works. So click on it, action. Once you choose the type of button that it is drilled through, you need to choose a destination, like which drill through page you need to go, because like on a report, you can maybe have multiple drill through pages, right? Where you're showing different brand level informations. Maybe at one page, you're just showing a high level brand information. There's another page which shows a detailed brand level information. So there could be multiple. So that's why you need to select what's the destination. So in our case, it's a brand level page. So we select brand level. And if you want to create some tooltips, like for example, disabled tooltip in our case will be click on, or it should be select a brand from the table on the left. Okay, so until you do this, this button won't get enabled. So for example, if I hover over it, it's saying me select a brand from the table on the left. Suppose if I select brand one, it just gets enabled. Okay, so on the enable button also, you can create a tooltip. So for example, if you click on it, I generally prefer creating personal custom tooltips here. Click here to view brand level information. Okay. So yeah, when you click on this, now if you click on this button, it takes you to brand level information. And you go back and that's it. It's again disabled. Click something else, it gets enabled again. Go there and view that particular brand information. So that's what a drill through button is in Power BI. Now, we have covered all these things. Yeah, I think I've got time. So now there is something which just came, I think 2 months back in May, not 2 months as well. Yeah, I think it came out in May, something called modern visual tooltips. Now earlier, okay, how things started in Power BI. When you had to drill through information, it started with this right-click option, okay? Then Microsoft bought this drill through button thing, which you can use. But the third thing that just recently came out is, if suppose you don't want to have a drill through button, but you just want some, you just want to drill up or drill down or drill through at a certain point in time, then there's something called modern visual tooltips. First thing for that is you need to go to file, you need to enable it first, then only we'll be able to see it. So under options, if you go to report settings, sorry, not report settings. Yeah, there's something called modern visual tooltips, which you need to enable. And and if you just want to use it and, just to go with your current styling of the report theme, then enable this also. What do you mean? What I mean by current styling of the theme is, suppose if I had like a page with a background and this modern visual tooltip just takes up your theme's color and show it in that way. So you just enable this as well. Now let's try creating it, okay? How this works in the scenario of data analysis. So what I'll do, I'll just create another simple chart. It will be a very simple chart. What we do is we just bring in the date again. Let's keep the hierarchy of the date and we'll just move count of reviews, okay? And maybe what I can do, I can just add sentiment to the legend. Okay, so now in this case, this chart is showing me total number of reviews over time that is split by different sentiments. Okay, cool. Now you remember in the starting, I just showed you how you can create these drill up and drill down buttons in Power BI to drill up and down on the hierarchy. But what's the benefit of this modern visual tooltip is when a user, when hovers over it, right? A drill down or drill up button appears by itself. So for example, I'm on 2020 year and I'm looking at positive. And if I just keep my cursor there for nanoseconds or something, then this drill down comes. The reason why it is drill down because my chart is currently at the highest level. Okay, so when I hover over it, it gives me an option to go to drill down. I go, it takes me to quarter. Now suppose I hover over quarter, it takes me again to drill down because I can still drill down to, monthly level. And then further I can drill down to day level, okay? But at day level, I'll always see an option to drill up because that's my lowest hierarchy, simple. So I go to drill up, but in month, I can see a drill up and drill down both because I can drill down to day, but I can drill up to quarter. So that's a very good thing they have taken out and it's like very intuitive for the user. So basically, you don't need to create those extra buttons and other stuff. So you can actually make use of it. Now, the second scenario. Suppose I had, apart from this sentiment, suppose I just copy paste the chart. And what I'll do is, I just want the data to be smaller. So rather than sentiments, I'll move brand to it because the reason why I'm moving brand is because I want to show that drill through capability to you. Let's go to the lowest hierarchy. Okay. Okay. Now, you remember we have got this, okay, let's just select few brands. This looks very, very unclear. So I'll just, put a filter on few brands here. Brand and let's select 5-6 brands. Okay, I think that's enough to show you the functionality. Now we created a brand level drill through page where we had brand as drill through, right? So as soon as I created a chart, I'll just make it bigger. And when I hover any brand, because of that modern visual tooltip, this drill through comes up by itself. Basically, now you don't need to right click. I mean, obviously you can right click and go to that brand level, but for the users who don't like to right click or who don't know that there's something called right click in Power BI, they can just hover over it, something like this, and then that drill through button comes up. Just click on brand level. It will take you to that brand level information. So that's what the modern tooltip thing is. And obviously this back button goes to the previous page from which you landed here. So it should go to a new page. So see, it came to a new page. So yeah, this is what modern visual tooltip is. And I think this is really a very big step. I mean, this has really eased, especially training users on Power BI, because it's very intuitive. Just keep your cursor there. It comes up, shows you drill up, drill down, and it directly shows you that there's something you can drill through from here. So, just click over it, go there. So that's how you can, use this modern visual tooltip capability in Power BI. So yeah, guys, I think that's it, I would say. That's what I wanted to show you today in this session. So yeah, thank you. And yeah, I mean, thanks for attending the session. And yeah, sorry about I was a little fast during my session, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy to take any questions if you guys have got any questions. And then yeah, the other thing is if any doubt after watching the recording of the session, you can definitely get back to me on LinkedIn or Twitter. Okay, so don't feel like you can't get back to me. Definitely reach out to me again if you've got any issues after this session. And yeah, I'll be sharing the deck, and I'll even share the Power BI file with Ilgar. So, he can share it with you, both the things.
Pragati, I would like to thank you for your wonderful session, but there is a question, Sarah Nasser is asking. He just, or she, I'm not sure, just wants to see the drill through option again, like a summary. So will you answer to this question? Or?
Sorry, Ilgar, I just didn't get everything what you just said. Can you say that again, please?
Can we just see the drill through option again, like a summary? Missed out on a few things. Sarah Nasser. If you didn't understand,
can we just see the drill through option again, like a summary?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can show it to you again. Yeah, that's fine.
Please, so fine.
Okay, so are you talking about the main drill down button? You can unmute. I mean, I'm not sure if you can unmute. Sorry, if you can tell me the query yourself, it will be great for me to navigate you where the issue is.
So I missed out on a few things, like you said to make a tree map, and then you said to add a table, and you said, then you created a new page for the drill through, right? From here on, I missed a few things.
Okay. So did you get like how I created a drill through? Because I want my drill through at a brand level.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So how drill through pages are created in Power BI? So what drill through does is, if suppose I have some information at a higher level, okay, but I want to see detailed information about it. So one scenario could be seeing the transaction history of a customer who's buying or getting their car for servicing, right? So you have got a list of customers, okay, but I want to drill, like for example, there's a customer named Pragati Jain who bought a Lexus, 2 years back. She had her servicing, but Lexus brand wants to see how my transaction history has been over time. So in that case, they want to see all my transaction history, right? Like what I have done with the car. Did I come for any repairs? Did I come for servicing on time? Those kind of information. So for that, you can create a drill through page. Now, in our case, we want to see drill through information at a brand level. So how you create a drill through pages, just create a normal report page, put all the details at a brand level because you want to see information at a brand level. The only thing you need to do is in Power BI on the right under visualization pane, there's something called drill through. Okay. And here you need to add the column on which you want your detailed information to be shown. So in this case, we want our information to be shown at a brand level, right? So what I did was I just moved this brand column and added it to the drill through area. So what it tells Power BI is if there is any page which has got like a higher level information at a brand level, and if a user clicks on it, okay, like for example, if I click on it, then it will show me a drill through page. Like you can still go and, view some information at a detailed level. So if I go there and click on it, then I can see a detailed information at my